I'm going to dip into my crystal ball
that I don't have
and show you guys a Bitcoin price prediction from 3 different perspectives, looking through history, looking to the future. And then I'm going to show you guys a couple of trades. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm in crypto and I'm showing people how to make money now. That's right. I said it. I said it. Not somewhere in the future. Not some, hey, just subscribe to the channel. Maybe one day I'll show you something, maybe. But for now, I'm going to update you with the news. Not that. I'm talking about right now. I'm going to show you how to make money even in this market condition that is cryptocurrency. Yes, I am a cryptocurrency native, been in this market for 7 years, and I want to predict the price of Bitcoin, even though I'm
probably going to be incorrect.
And the more viral this video goes, probably the more incorrect I will be, because market makers like to manipulate the price of things. But let's jump into the topic at hand. First, before we get started, guys, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell. There's a little bell. You get the videos first, get it last. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me either way. I'm winning. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, I'll leave the link in the description below. There's this beautiful new feature where you could pay $5 a month for subscription to get all of your questions answered. YouTube has spam. Unfortunately, let me say it again. Unfortunately, I cannot respond to the spam and the scammers and the people that make accounts using my fake face and faking everything to try to take your money. There's literally nothing I can do about it. I've tried multiple times to clear it out. There's nothing I could do. But what I could do is I made a subscription on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram to get all of your questions answered in a timely manner. All right. And let's jump into the topic at hand. First things first, I thought this was insane. Let me say it again. I thought this was crazy. They even put it on the main website. They want to make sure people know what's going on with inflation. They're trying to solidify it. All I did was Google search inflation, and this is one of the top 5 results. So the government, right, BLS.gov, the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, my voice cracked, wants to make sure that you know that you're losing money. What does that mean? They want to make sure that you understand what inflation is, because right now they're decreasing spending or hawkish Fed policy. Right now they're decreasing spending. They're not printing money, and all markets are coming down. Risk on assets are doing bad. And if you look at the CPI inflation calculator, which, by the way, I don't want to go into too much detail. Watch my other videos. I've gone into detail on this, but the CPI is a very bad measure in inflation. It's probably double than what they're saying. So headline inflation recently just came in at 8.2%. Core inflation 6.6%. Those numbers are watered down. I think everybody knows it from this point, but moving forward, but I don't know. Some people, I got to enlighten you a little bit. They finesse it. They finesse it to make it look better than what it actually is. That's the truth. Everybody kind of does, right? We all know we exaggerate on things, and, you know, I'm not trying to shame anybody. You know, if the house's cards was falling, right, and they're probably panicking in the back, and they'll do everything in their power to keep the economy going. So, you know, that's their decision. But basically what I'm saying is the CPI is watered down. It's probably worse than what they're saying. But if we go by off of what they're saying, in January of 2000, $1,000 is equivalent to, right now, September 2022, $1,758. And this is how the page loaded. I didn't click anything. I just loaded it up. And this is what they're trying to show you. They're trying to show you that inflation's rampaging. So people don't flip out like, hey, flip dovish. Flip, you know, turn the money printer back on. You know, the reason they're trying to calm people down from saying those things. They want people to know that inflation's bad so that they can decrease the spending and, you know, remedy the inflation, right? Inflation's a very, very bad thing in general. So I wanted to show you guys that this is real. Inflation numbers came out like I predicted, like time and time again. I'm getting tired at this point. You know, once I say something, I've been consistent for 7-8 months. Go back to my videos 8 months ago. I've been very, very consistent on saying that the market's heading on a downtrend. And I've been making money off of shorting the market, because the bet probabilities is the answer with risk management. If these words are blowing your mind a little bit, there is a trading course as well as an entire coaching program called Fundamental Secrets that I offer. The link will be in the pinned comment below. Serious inquiries only. If we come over here, I just want to throw a couple trades at you, because like I said, the trend is down. So I have a little trick. I'm going to show you a little trick. Okay, this is some insider scoop here. I actually do it in the bull run, but I'm going to show you something real cool. So if you go to CoinMarketCap, you can basically come over to customize right here. You can actually pick these specific features. So you can actually, kind of move around the front page the way you want. It's really cool. So as you can see here, the number one position I put from all-time high. So I want coins from their all-time high position down. How far are they down? Okay. I want to look at year to date. How far did they fall year to date? Since the beginning of the year, how far have they fell? Okay. Also, I'm looking at the 60-day percentage and the 90-day percentage. Now, the reason I'm looking at that is because if you want to make money in this market, the same way you dollar cost average on the market going up, you can short cost average the market down, because right now the probability is that it's more risk to dollar cost average than to short. The market trend is down. When the trend is down, you bet that it's going down. You don't bet that it's going up when the trend is down. All right. And I'm going to prove that in significant ways. So if you doubt this, because there's been people on the internet that's been telling you otherwise, maybe it's really confusing. It even confuses me. I've been in this market for 7 years and it's just ridiculously confusing all over the internet. People are saying this, conflicting that. Let me give you some clarity. I'm not going to down talk other people and their motives of why they do this, because it's very clear. It's very clear. I'm not going to talk about their motives, but what I will tell you is I'm going to provide you with significant clarity, significant evidence to why the trend is down, and clarity. It's going to be clear as day. Open your eyes. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful when I show you how clear it is. If we come over here and look at year to date, I want to find coins that have not dropped a significant percentage. I want to find coins that are down less than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the biggest coin. It has the most liquidity. Okay. It drops by the least percentages. On average, if you look at every altcoin, it drops the least out of all of them. So if we can find coins that have dropped less than Bitcoin, I can safely say that most altcoins are probably going to drop 85 to 90%. Now, if you think this is crazy, Alex, you're crazy. No, there's no way. And my altcoin can drop 95% from all-time high. We'll go look through history. It pretty much happens every single time consistently. This is a new financial asset class. This is not old. This is not foreign exchange currencies. This is not the stock market. This is brand new. And it just so happens they always drop 90% if you look at every altcoin through the history of all of cryptocurrency. And the funny part is that some of them have already dropped 90% and some of them haven't. So what you do is you place your bet on things that are statistically likely. You place your bet on things that haven't dropped 90%, that have dropped by less percentages than Bitcoin, and you short it for a long period of time, the same way you dollar cost average. And this is how you make money. And the beauty of margin or leverage trading is you could put a 3x, 5x leverage. And I know people, oh, you're shilling leverage. Bro, I'm never going to hold you back from making money. I was never a leverage guy. If you look through the history, I actually talk bad about leverage most of the time. But the thing is, you can't really make money in the downturn of the market without using margin. For the people that hate leverage, like how are you going to come back from that argument? So you're just going to miss out for 3 years straight. That's what you're going to do. You're not going to make any money for 2 to 3 years straight just because you're holding on to this idea of I'm not going to use leverage. It's ridiculous. It's sad, and I'm going to make money those whole 2-3 years by betting on the downside of the market, and then I'm going to have a bigger pot of money to buy the dip and dollar cost average, and then when it goes up again, I'm going to follow your strategy because that's the easy strategy and get rich again. Okay? I've done it 2 times before, and I'm going to do it again. It's a beautiful market out there. If we look at the year to date, okay, let's look at coins that have not dropped a lot. So if we look at Phantom's down 92%. I'm not going to short Phantom. There's not too much downside with that. It's already down. Helium down 88%. I'm not going to short Helium or Loopring or any of these coins. What am I going to do? I'm going to flip the script. I'm going to find coins. Now, ApeCoin's brand new. It hasn't gone through a cycle. I don't think I'm comfortable with shorting it. It's just too new. I'm looking for coins that have already gone through a cycle. Quant, I've already looked at Quant. That would have been the greatest shorting opportunity, but unfortunately, they don't offer margin on multiple. Like I can't find it on any exchange that you could short Quant. So it is what it is. Tron, look, is amazing short right now. Tron, and I went through this list for you. This token here, it's an exchange token. This looks crazy fake. Look, I'm not gonna call any exchanges out. I honestly don't care. But if this looks fake, this looks artificial. In a week, it pumped like 80% in a bear market, and 99% in a bear market. doesn't really make sense. If I could short this, I would, but I think they only offer it on one exchange that I don't have access to, unfortunately. They also do it on FTX exchange and other countries. I'm in the United States, so I can't do it. But two big shorts. Tron looks good. Now, let me just be clear with you. I'm going to blow your mind real quick. Okay. If we look at Bitcoin, right? This is going to scare you a little bit. All right. Bitcoin has the biggest market cap, has the most liquidity. It is the most mature coin. It's down about 73%. I think if we get a little bit more specific, I believe it's like 71%, 72. And if we come right here, like, yeah, 71.68%. So if we look at Binance Smart Chain, for example, and Tron, they have dropped by less percentages, guys. It's actually kind of scary. This has dropped by 60%. Also, if you look at BNB, there's something called a fair value gap. Shout out to Nick, one of my coaches. Basically, this is a huge price insecurity. There's no type of structure. There's nothing to hold this up. It looks like it's about to fall like a toothpick. It's like a toothpick is holding up this price structure here. So it's very likely we're going to come back to this liquidity zone. And again, like I said, Binance Smart Chain coin, which has significantly less liquidity than Bitcoin, is only down 60%, but Bitcoin is down 71%. So this is a really, really, really good shorting opportunity, in my personal opinion, to make a long-term 3x, very low leverage short. 3x is the lowest you can go. So very, very low leverage short. Drop that in there. It really doesn't even matter when. It does, of course, it does matter when. Let me not say that. People are going to freak out. It matters when, but you can really do it anytime and it's going to come down. Okay. And I'm going to explain more macro conditions. We're going to talk about the Bitcoin halving. We're going to talk about Bitcoin price prediction towards the end. I'm going to show you guys Bitcoin's price and reasons why. Okay. Long term, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to show you, crypto is going to come back and it's going to be a beautiful day and I'm going to get rich again. But short term, it is what it is. I'm going to call it like it is. I'm not going to make you feel comfortable. I'm trying to make money. That's why we're here. Okay. So again, this is only down 60%. Tron, you could diversify your shorts. You don't have to put all your eggs in one basket. Tron is down 64%. So both of these are down less percentages than Bitcoin, which really doesn't even make sense because, again, Bitcoin has the most liquidity out of any other cryptocurrency in the market. Okay. And it usually drops by less percentages. Let me blanket statement say that every single altcoin in the market will most likely drop 90% plus. So if you look at BNB is only down 60%. That's a 40% drop with 5x leverage. You do the math. That's a trade, boy. That's better trade than most people made in the bull run. Okay. CHZ, another coin that looks like it's a good little short here. It looks like the trend's already started down, so be careful with this one. If I were to rank, the profitability of shorts, I think BNB would probably be the best. TRX, and then we have CHZ. HT would have been for sure the best. They would have been for sure the best, but you can't find it anywhere to short. I think MCX exchange or something like that. I just don't have an account, unfortunately. So I'm going to let that one slide. Maybe I'll make an account later and short it. But like I told you from the beginning of the video, I didn't lie. Do me a favor, like the video, leave a comment, share this with a friend. I didn't lie to you. I showed you ways to make money now, not in the future now. Now I'm going to confirm that with a ridiculous amount of data because that's what we do here. If we look at the Bitcoin halving events, I'm going to explain it like a baby. So share this with your friend that's not in cryptocurrency that needs to understand these things, because if you can get your friends in cryptocurrency now, your credibility goes through the roof. And maybe you can generate cash flow in the future by showing your friend how to make money in crypto. Share the love. Don't be insecure and keep it to yourself. Share the love and your friend will break you off, bro. They'll tip you. They'll give you something, bro. They'll become business partners with you. The love will come back to you, bro. Just share it with your friends. And I'm not even talking about my video. I'm talking about crypto, bro. Let's pump crypto. If we look at the Bitcoin halving countdown, there's 549 days left. That's a significant amount of time and people have no patience. We have less of an attention span than a goldfish. Let me say it again. Goldfish have longer attention spans than human beings. You ever been on TikTok and you just can't get off for an hour and a half, and the next thing you know, you can't even watch a Netflix episode because your attention span is literally less than 30 seconds? That's humans. So if you think that humans can wait 549 days, you're dead wrong. And if you look through history, humans have not waited. They don't wait. They don't like to wait. You say a year, people think an eternity, right? Now, this is just a website that shows the code of Bitcoin. So this is the big explanation I want to hit you guys with. So if you look at the Federal Reserve, okay, let's look at the Federal Reserve. Let's talk about, how they run money in general. Okay, this is a baby explanation. I want everybody to understand. Essentially, the Federal Reserve chooses when risk on assets can go up or down. So they essentially, people don't get this, but they're not going to say it directly. And there's a whole bunch of little decisions that come into play. But the Federal Reserve essentially chooses if the stock market goes up or down. I know this, like it sounds crazy, but it's true. You can Google it and look into it for yourself. And again, there's a whole bunch of little things in between, and I'm not about to dive into that, but they choose two things. They choose hawkish Fed policy or dovish Fed policy. They essentially choose to print money or they choose to stop printing money. When they print money, all of the markets and risk on assets go up. Let me say it again. When they start printing, they stimulate the economy. All of the assets go up. When they stop the printing, all of the assets go down. We are currently in hawkish Fed policy. Here's a little chart here to make it look good for you. And if you look at the S&P 500 and you look at monetary and fiscal policy, they're pretty much consistent. They're consistent through the board. Dovish is up, doves flying, hawkish is down. Okay, as you can clearly see in this chart, that the Federal Reserve humans get to pick when that happens. And the reason why they flip hawkish to dovish is usually to remedy inflation. So like I said in the beginning of the video, we have 8.2% inflation. It's not changing. They've been trying to bring it down. They're like trying to slam it down. Imagine they're trying to literally do everything in their power to bring down inflation, and it's not working. Their methods are not working, so that they have to get more and more hawkish. They're going to get more and more hawkish. They're going to do things to lower spending more and more. Okay. And this is going to bring down inflation, remedy it, because we know inflation is a bad thing. It's a hidden tax on pretty much every human being on earth. It's an 8.2% hidden tax on every human being on earth. So they got to fix it, because if that gets to 20%, people are going to freak out. We're going to have riots all over the world, right? Inflation's scary. That's why they put it on the front page of their website, to show people why they're hawkish. Okay. Now, the reason I'm explaining this is because Bitcoin has a similar mechanism. Bitcoin has a mechanism called the Bitcoin halving event. Okay. So every 4 years or so, it's not based off time. It's based off a concept called blocks. And I'm going to try to explain that to you today. But the Bitcoin halving every 4 years automatically flips hawkish. Okay. And it's not exactly hawkish. I just said it like that because I've been explaining hawkish versus dovish. But what they really do is they lower inflation automatically. There's no, we're going to make this decision and maybe in 6 months, maybe inflation goes down. That's not how it works. Right now, they went hawkish at the beginning of the year. The Federal Reserve went hawkish at the beginning of the year, and inflation's still not down. So it didn't work, right? It still hasn't worked. In Bitcoin, it works immediately, because Bitcoin is an algorithm, and it's essentially as easy as the number changing in the algorithm. It's immutable. Nobody could ever change it either. No human can intervene in this process. It was automatically created at the Genesis block. At the beginning, at the Genesis block, it was automatically programmed into the protocol. No matter what, every 4 years or so, it's not exactly 4 years, it's by blocks. Every 4 years, we call it 4 years because that's usually how long it is. And I'm going to show you the time frame so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But every 4 years or so, automatically inflation is lowered. So in the beginning, there was about 50 Bitcoin printed every 10 to 15 minutes, or every block. Every block. Remember, I told you blocks are not exactly timed. Sometimes they take 10 minutes. Sometimes they take 15. Sometimes they could take 20. Okay. It depends on the confirmation. It depends on the lottery in the mining. Okay, I'm not going to go into that. That's another topic. You guys can reference old videos. But the point is, every 10 to 15 minutes, there's a reward given to the miners for securing the blockchain. And at the beginning, it was 50 Bitcoin. Then one Bitcoin halving went, and it was 25 Bitcoin, and another Bitcoin halving, and it was 12.5. And then we're basically right now at 6.25. And in 2024, which again, bringing it back over here, in 2024, 549 days, okay, we're going to have another Bitcoin halving event. Now you're like, Alex, why are you explaining this to me? Why are you explaining all these things? The reason I'm explaining, because remember I told you hawkish and dovish brings the markets up and down. It's the same thing with Bitcoin, but it's almost like we know what's going to happen in the future. It's the easiest, most predictable asset class on planet Earth. You can't predict what the guy's going to lie. Like Jerome Powell, we can't predict if he's going to cap. He's capping, bro. He's capping on live television. We can't really read him sometimes because the man's a paid actor, bro. We can't read him, okay? But with Bitcoin, we know for a fact, no ifs, ands, or buts, that it's going to happen, and it's going to happen immediately. Immediately, inflation is going to be brought down with the Bitcoin halving cycle on this exact block time. And the countdown is going to show it. And we're going to have 2 weeks and we're all going to look at it. I'm going to have a party. I'm going to be eating pizza at the party. And I'm going to be screaming at the top of my lungs on a live stream or something like that when the Bitcoin halving happens in 549 days. So until then, Bitcoin's price will suffer, which Bitcoin moves the entire market. All of altcoins are moved by Bitcoin. Let me say it again. Every single altcoin's liquidity is tied to Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin drops, so does everything else. And altcoins would drop by more significant percentages because they are brand new. They're newer than Bitcoin. They have less liquidity, less infrastructure, less everything from a quantitative perspective. Okay, so every altcoin will likely drop by more percentages because that's the way it is. That's the way it's always been. Don't let somebody, I told you I was going to hit you with the clarity today. Do me a favor, like the video. If you like this clarity, please just like the video. I'm trying to get this to more people. You guys know this content should be viewed by more people. You know it. You know it. You know it. All right, let's go into macro conditions. Why? Because macro conditions are important. The world's important and Europe is going through it, boy. European natural gas imports are halting. It's getting scary. People are moving to solar energy. Okay? People can't get natural gas. ACs are being turned off. There's mile-long lines for gas. Mile-long lines for gas, okay? It's getting really scary. We see Gazprom CEO warns Europe energy crisis is far from over. They're going through it. Why? Because when the United States, stops the printing, and they flip hawkish and they turn off the printer, every other country that's below it, because remember, it's like a big pyramid, United States, USD, United States dollars at the top, every other country below it, they all suffer way worse. So Europe is going through it right now, for sure, and specifically in the energy sector there. And we actually might have a trade. Natural gas looks like it's going to rally. It really does look like you can long natural gas. Why? Because you can't get natural gas. You can't get it. It's too expensive. I just said it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to trade this, but I'm just letting you guys know this does look like another trade, another money-making opportunity. We can come back to this video in 2 months or so, and we can confirm what I'm saying here so you guys can see that I'm on the ball and I know what I'm talking about, and I'm not capping on the internet to make money off of affiliate commission. Yeah, and I still make money off affiliate commission, but I don't cap to do it either. I don't cap. I'm not a liar. Now, let's go to the last part of the video, which is obviously the most important part of the video. This gets deep. So pay attention, take some notes, relax, get a cup of coffee, pause the video if you have to, like the video because you can. And I'm going to show you different price predictions based off history. It's going to get deep. It's going to get really deep. So if you look at the Bitcoin halving white lines, which is clearly shown right there, you can see that, again, I told you, it determines if the market is going up or going down. So you can literally see that there's peaks in the middle of it, right? Look, every single time I accidentally move that right here, peaks. Literally is so consistent. There's peaks and there's troughs. The bottom is towards the middle. And you can clearly see what I said. As we get closer to the Bitcoin halving, people anticipate it and they start buying and rallying the price of Bitcoin. You can clearly see it here, and here. Okay, so I do anticipate that the same thing is going to happen. So all I did was take a fractal. I essentially copied, okay, the exact bottom of each cycle. So as you could clearly see in the beginning, the percentage increase was significant. It was crazy. There was like big, it was very lucrative to be a part of cryptocurrency in the beginning. It's still lucrative, but it was very lucrative back in the day, right? And then over here, I got a little bit less lucrative, but it was still crazy. And then here, obviously, the least lucrative. So as we get further and further into these cycles, there's just less money to be made, but it's still like better than anything on planet Earth, any financial asset class. So all I did was I took the time from the bottom, the exact bottom, to the halving. So this is 371. This one's 546, and this one's 511. And then I simply matched the percentage down that Bitcoin went. So in this cycle here, I copied from here to here, and I assumed that Bitcoin was going to go down 84%. So I just basically copied it, pretty much identical. Okay. So if we go to the first one and we go down, this is the first length right here, the first one right here, which was approximately 511 days. You can see here, 511 days. Okay. So I'm going to go down what I said here, which was 84.38%. So if we go down, I'm going to undo that so I don't lose it. If we go down 84%, which is like right here, you can see I matched it on the head. Okay. You can see I matched it on the head. And then I want to show you the top, right? So this is the Bitcoin price prediction right here. So if we determine it on basically last cycle, which we know it's not going to be exactly last cycle, but I'm giving you a rough estimate. You can see in September of 2025, again, this is a long period, guys. This is a long period to wait. Bitcoin could be 150K, but that's also a lot of money to make. You know, if you wait this out and you do it right, if you're shorting the market now to, you know, stay above water and make some money, make some cash flow, okay? And then you buy the dip the right way and you wait, and you don't have to buy the dip with Bitcoin. You can buy them with altcoins. Remember I told you, Bitcoin will bring all the asset classes up. So if you time it right, you get into the right coins. This is how people get the 50 to 100Xs. And I am a guy that have gotten more than 500Xs. I'm gonna be clear with you. I've gotten more than 5. So again, this is a thing. It happens every 4 years, and you can make 100X every 4 years, which is like, bro, there's nothing else on planet Earth. Okay. Just broaden your time horizons. Now, if we look at the second one, you can see here 546, 546. I did the same thing. The second one is right here. That's bringing Bitcoin to $637,000 per coin. That's probably a little bit overly optimistic, and we're looking at August 2025. And in the last one, I pretty much did the same thing, but the last one had a bigger depreciation of 93%. So I brought it down 93%, which is right here. It was also quicker, 371 days. And we go to the top, and that's like $1 million, $100,000 Bitcoin, bro. And now you see why there's people predicting the price of Bitcoin to go to $1 million. I do not think it's going to $1 million next cycle, but I do think maybe 3 or 4 more cycles later, maybe 20 years from now, Bitcoin will be the cost of $1 million for one Bitcoin. So you do the math. That's your retirement. You could be, lazy and not invest in crypto and learn crypto and miss out on a one-in-generational opportunity. Or you can take advantage of it, make as much money as you possibly can, retire comfortably, be financially independent, live your life the way you wanted to, exit the rat race, all of the things that glorify people into becoming the best version of themselves. And, hard work pays off. Okay. I said it before on a couple of shorts on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I said, look, it's simple, bro. It's super simple. You put in the hard work, you get the result. Okay. The difference here is that I'm going into a market where it's relatively new. It's a new financial asset class. That's how you get ultra wealthy. When you make a 50-year decision and you act 50 years earlier and your decision ends up being correct, that's how you hit the bill ticket. That's how you hit the $100 million ticket. I do think next cycle I'm going to hit $100 million. Okay, I've already hit multiple millions. Next cycle, I'm going for 100 million. So this is me actually showing you in real time with true honesty and integrity. I don't have any ulterior motives. Nobody pays me, I pay myself. A lot of people get paid by other people. Tell you the entire truth about the market maker and everything that's going on. Okay, I'm documenting it in real time to show you every little detail. For you can get your first 100,000, your first $250,000, your first $1 million. In Fundamental Secrets, my group, we actually have little plaques that reward people when they make their first 6 figures or their first $1 million. And we've given out so many of them. I've helped so many people get to $1 million. You could do it too. And I'm trying to explain this to every single person watching this video. You need to stop being lazy, and you need to listen to someone that has your best interests at heart. I don't know how else to explain it to you, but you got to have a little meter that can gauge the BS, or you're just going to get taken advantage of over and over and over again until you get it. And as long as you don't quit, you're going to get it. So I don't want to discourage people from not taking action. You could take action, watch all the videos, do what you got to do. But there has to come to a certain point where you filter out the BS information and the noise. Because it's free information, and 95% of the internet has ulterior motives to make money off of you, and you guys know it. Everyone knows it. You know my proposition. My proposition is accuracy. I get paid if I'm accurate, because I sell a coaching course that teaches people how to trade, not financial advice, but that's what I do. So if I'm accurate, people renew subscriptions. So my sales proposition is to shill accurate information all over the internet. That's what I do. The more accurate I become, the more money I make in cash flow. And obviously my trades benefit from that. Clearly, why would I want to be a bad trader? It doesn't make sense. So that's what I do. That's what you should do too. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism, subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I love you. Catch you in the next one.